Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm a Ukrainian, and I have decided I will vlog daily from my country Ukraine since the start of this awful war with Russia. And in my daily videos I try to update you on the important real life situations in my country Ukraine, and of course I'm always glad to answer your questions and to clarify some facts from our history, our culture, our background, or whatever interests you. And to tell you the truth, I like those days when I walk around and think about the topics that might be interesting for you, or the things I would like to share, or when I don't know what to speak about. Because those days when I know what to speak about are typically marked by some tragic events in the life of my country, just as today. And Russian orcs, and I don't feel even like calling them orcs because this has the shade of fiction, some kind of joke. And today I don't feel like joking. So this awful and extremely, like, I don't know, how do you call a person that has committed a lot of sins? So these Russian soldiers, ruled by Putin, of course, conducted another terroristic attack on Ukraine, and they have targeted Vinnytsia. More than 22 people dead, 46 people are missing, and among the dead we have 3 children. I have been to Vinnytsia once. This is the city that is not that far away from me, that is not that far away from Kyiv. That is a very green, a very calm regional center, something that many people choose to live in because it is like big enough to have all the schools, hospitals, I don't know, clubs that you need, but at the same time it is not a megapolis and you can still enjoy still life there, I don't know, coffees and so on. Vinnytsia is very green, they have historical blocks and also lots of tasty sweets, and they have this tradition of various cafes and so on. And also it was pretty well reconstructed, as many famous politicians, starting from Poroshenko, come from Vinnytsia, or at least spend much time in Vinnytsia. And they have a river, they have beautiful fountains, music fountains that are known all over Ukraine, and many people come to this calm green city to enjoy 1 or 2 day tour. This is just like normal for Vinnytsia. And it is not a capital, so it is not symbolic. It is not close to the front line, so orcs cannot occupy it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It is not strategic because it is more like this average type of regional center where you don't have many military objects, plans, or many soldiers working and so on. This is just a typical regional center of Ukraine. And today it was targeted by Russians and 22 people killed, among whom 3 children. I have looked at the photos of this terror, and it is nothing different from things that IDIL does all over the world, or some other terroristic movements do all around the world. And in these cases, all of these organizations, they are condemned, they are prosecuted, and we still consider modern Russia a country. But it is not. Because people who kill civilians, people who target office centers, medical centers, and in Vinnytsia, 50 houses were destroyed and 40 cars. And what is also important, among those 50 buildings, there are no military, or it seems to me even industrial objects. The majority of these are private houses, an office center, and a medical center, and something close to a house of culture. For example, when I've learned this news, I was also really close to our local house of culture, and this might be just like another target for Russians, and you can never predict. So this events like this like make you think that it is really so that there are no safe places in Ukraine, even if you feel like your zone is less dangerous, because Vinnytsia is definitely not the front line, definitely not the strategic object, and really far away from this hot zones. And today, like, lots of people lost their relatives, lost their children, lost their friends. There is a hotline where you can call in case you miss someone, you're missing someone, and this person was close to the place that suffered from this attack. Most importantly, it is not only about like some missiles were stopped by air defense, but others reached the target. And we had a really long air alarm. We spent like 2 hours checking and hiding. And during this actually air attack, Vinnytsia was hit. And many people who had a totally different image of their life for today are dead now, just because they were Ukrainians. Just because they were Ukrainians. So don't tell me Russians are not Nazis. Don't tell me we have to treat other Russians, civilian Russians, normally. These are people who brought the regime to life. These are people who tolerate this regime to life. These are people who continue eating ice cream and drinking coffee, who see the news from Ukraine. These are people who deny this news to make their life normal, or who think it is okay to kill Ukrainians just because they are not Russians. And I think the more I think about the future of this war, I don't think any other solution than the total fall of Putin and his regime, because otherwise they will continue targeting slowly each part of Ukraine. They have lots of missiles. Of course, they are outdated. I have mentioned that yesterday or the day before that in some of my vlogs. They are really old, and it is difficult to target them exactly in the directions that you want, but they are working. They are killing people, and Russians are not that concentrating on targeting military objects. The whole Ukraine is a military object for them. And today, 22 people who were just in the center of an average regional center were killed just because they are Ukrainians. So the things I want to say is, first of all, that you cannot feel normal in days like that. And of course, I know that hundreds of Ukrainians die daily on the battlefield. But this is a different level of vulnerability when you see the videos or the photos of like 3-5-year-old children dead in their pink socks. And also, it is really sad that it is not the first time, and nothing will dramatically change for Russia in the next days, in the next weeks. It is also very sad that the fact that you have nuclear weapons make you negotiable forever, because I cannot imagine any other leader of any other country or movement that could have been forgiven, could have stayed alive, could have stayed a legitimate president of the country after committing so many crimes. So all of that makes me feel really sad. And sometimes I do think that all the efforts that we have, all the efforts that the world has, this is not enough, because we have this pure evil coming from Russia. And like, I don't know, how can you fight this pure evil? Because there are no red lines, borders, frames. You cannot predict anything. And I am totally convinced that in their plan, after they have realized that they cannot win Ukraine normally the way they plan, they cannot just take this land and take this people, because we don't like Ruski Mir, and this is not an option. So perhaps their plan is to erase Ukraine in general. And of course, it's not our plan, and we will fight back with the help of our allies. But this is truly a difficult and very unjust fight. And this is the way I feel today. And I felt like I wanted to share that. Maybe it will not get like thousands of views as if you speak about Putin. But today I speak about people of Vinnytsia, just like average people, just like me, who had their coffees, and there are videos of these people, like their phones survived, and they were just like filming their children, filming this summer, and this is a beautiful summer. And they did not believe something like that is possible, because something like that should never happen anywhere on this planet. Please, thank you for your support of my channel, and I'm really grateful for your subscriptions. They help me grow my channel and inform more and more people about the real life situation in Ukraine. And I do believe that me and other Ukrainians who have YouTube channels are able to inform you and update you on this war in Ukraine. And my main message is, please don't get used to this war, don't get used to this cruelty, don't accept Russia, don't think it's okay to close your eyes when hundreds of people die because just of their nationality or their language or something like that, or just of a crazy dictator who believes that our country must be a part of this gloomy Soviet Union that is reviving in Putin's head. I'm very grateful for your support, for buying me coffees, for becoming my patrons. If you like these videos, do like them, because once again, this helps me to attract more viewers. But most importantly, in your conversations, in your daily choices, please do remember about Ukraine and stand with us in this totally unjust war that all of us must win, so that this totally dark, pure evil finally falls. Slava Ukraini!